All right, everyone, let's get the stream officially started. Apologies for the delay. As I explained before, the issue with the stream, with the YouTube stream specifically, it's like stopping and stopping with the drop in frames. So I have to like restart the connection every time up until it's stable. So that's why I have to start the stream a bit earlier, so that at least it does take into account that, okay, I have to restart, and like it's not necessarily the stream per se, but like a button I have to connect every time when I see the frames is dropping. I have to reconnect so that it makes sure it's stable. So right now it's stable. If I had to leave a stream again and do it, I have to do it all over again. So it's up until it wants to be stable. It can be 4 times, 6 times, even 10 times. So at the moment it's there's no actual fix for it just yet. I checked my internet provider, everybody's fine. There's no issues on my internet at all, but it's just for some reason the stream to YouTube is always a problem, but everything else is fine. But nonetheless, welcome. Hopefully there's no any streaming issues in terms of lag and those type of things. But yeah, hope everyone's doing well. And yeah, for those that you know, voted recently in America, hope it was a smooth, peaceful election. Obviously Trump won, but yeah, I think it's obviously, you know, important that you have a smooth transition. So we hope that's going to happen. But nonetheless, hope everyone's doing fine. And yeah, I'm doing good as well. I've been caught up a bit lately with, like, you know, work and stuff, but I have been playing some masterduel there and there. But because of my internet issues, I haven't really found time to stream as often as I used to, but hopefully that will change in the near future. And yeah, like I said, we are both live on YouTube and Twitch, so welcome to all the viewers. And yeah, let's get on to the meat of and potatoes of the stream. So obviously the new selection pack came out a few days ago. I think it was Thursday. So new pack, new updates, some quality of life updates, and yeah, as you can see there, new cards were added, so new deck types were added. So let's have a look at it and see quickly what's in the shop. I'm sure you guys have seen most of it already, but I'll just glance over it. So the new stuff is essentially the Shining Sarcophagus stuff, which is Yugioh's retrained deck, essentially. So a lot of the monsters that he used in the anime got retrained, so specifically around the gold sarcophagus, so now they're calling it shining sarcophagus. So yeah, that's the retrain there, as well as the flame swordman stuff as well. I think it's based on Joey's deck as well, so it's also pretty nice. But you'll see this card normally used with Infernoble, so it's quite part of the combo line there. But you can play pure, but you will see it in Infernoble definitely, along with the already broken board. Then in terms of illusion monsters, we got Nightmare Apprentice, and yeah, all I can say, it's pretty broken. The Nightmare Apprentice, if you're playing Chimera in general, it's a pretty good pickup because it's like your Diabolsa of the Black Witch, but for illusion monsters, so it's pretty nice. And yeah, when it's normal space summon, add illusion monster from next to your hand, and it's really good. And it's only going to get better from here. So if you're playing Chimera, if you're invested in Chimera cards, you'll definitely expect more support in the future, so that's also great. Then we secretly have Snake Eyes Diabolstar in there as well. Right now it's not so great because at the moment the best version of Snake Eyes is Snake Eye Fire King. You don't really see this card, but when you know, future cards come into the game, like the Fiendsmith and the rest of the, you know, the Lord as Amina cards and all those things, then you might see this card played a lot. But right now it's like a one-off in most decks that I've seen based on what I've played. So at the moment, don't expect this card to be played crazy, but it's a UR, so if you are going to play it in the future, just craft it, then it's fine. Then Madolche also got their support as well. This is the retrain of the rank 4, which basically is now a quick effect on the opponent's turn, so it's basically the upgrade of that. And then of course the other big thing is the Melodious stuff finally came in. So Melodious got their new stuff, and apparently it's pretty good. So from what I've heard and what I've seen also in the gameplay I've watched as well, like, it's actually quite powerful. The fact that, you know, one card starts everything. The Ostinato, like, this is like your branded fusion but for Melodious monsters, and it's pretty insane what one card can do. Set up a full board, and it's like, you know, it's anti-Tempai Dragon, anti-everything, so it's pretty nice. So it's quite powerful, actually paired up with, like, you know, Supreme King and, you know, all the Pendulum support, because there's Pendulum monsters. So Melodious is actually quite a threat. Not too broken, but of course it in the right hands, of course, it can be nuts. But just similar thing with Voiceless, it's quite expensive. As you can see, look at the URs that you have to generate. I mean, this was already in the game, but you need 3 of this, you need 3 of this, you need maybe 2 of this, maybe 1 or 2 of that, because this obviously is the main card that basically sets up everything. In terms of your removal per se, you don't really make up negates other than the Pendulum stuff, but in terms of Melodious, this is like your best play, because you can return a lot of monsters you control that are Melodious, and then you can return face-up cards your opponent controls to the hand, up to the number of cards that you banish, including itself. So it's pretty nice. So it comes at every turn, so you have to really deal with it. The only way to deal with it is probably through Droplet, but other than that, it's very difficult to beat unless you're unaffected for some reason. But other than that, nothing else notable other than those new archetypes basically. So Shining Sarcophagus is a new one, and Melodious support is here, and obviously Flame Swordman, but everything else is, as you can see, it's in the pack, is very standard. I haven't pulled anything from this pack at all, because at the moment I don't see any interest in these cards, because obviously I don't play most of these cards. But of course, if I do pick up like a Nightmare Apprentice or whatever, I don't mind playing it. But some of the SRs, like I know this one, you see this new one as well, this Cosmic Tree Imristil. This card is actually quite interesting in plants, Plant Link specifically, because Aroma can counter this nicely. So, because this is all about life points, so it's a funny card, but it actually can be part of the board because it triggers your Aroma stuff quickly. Because the moment you special summon a monster during the main phase, you gain life equal to it. So the moment you gain life, you trigger all those things. So yeah, pretty interesting card. So that's all I say about that. But in terms of the Shining Sarcophagus deck, it's actually pretty cheap because you only need one or two Gandora G, and then 3 Shining Sarcophagus. But I think that's the only URs in terms of the Shining Sarcophagus archetype. So if you're gonna play it with other stuff, actually not too bad. So you can pick it up relatively cheap, and then same with the Flame Sword and stuff as well, relatively cheap. Obviously the main UR is obviously the Ultimate Flame Swordman, but everything else is SR and below, so not too bad. So I haven't pulled anything, but obviously if you want to invest in it, like I know some Melodious fans are there, you can definitely craft it. Chimera fans will enjoy Nightmare Apprentice, and then Madolche fans, of course, those that love Madolche, they will enjoy this definitely. So that's the first thing. Then there's all these pack pulls. I don't. Oh, what's all these packs for? Is it because of the Evil Twin stuff? So what happened with the Evil Twin stuff? So I saw this bundle. It has like its whole, like you saw in that Duel Live, they got a whole new field and sleeves and everything. But apparently, you get retrains of the alternative art for the Evil Twin card. So the Kisa Kill and the Leela, but not the original version, the retrain and the UR. So it's quite interesting that this is the first time in history in Master Duel that they've actually changed a rarity of a card, like alternative art. Because for example, Masquerena is UR in the game already, so the alternative art was just UR. But because I think it has animation, I think that's why they made it a UR. But also remember, it's a waifu tax, as you know. Look at all the waifu decks, Labyrinth, Evil Twin. Think about it, look at the trend, you can see. If people like it, they're gonna buy it. And people are gonna buy it. So, and I believe the normal ones also have an animation, the SR. So even if you don't play the UR version, it still plays the same. But now, 2,500 for 20 packs, guaranteed 2 URs. That's interesting, but I wouldn't, to be honest, I wouldn't go into that. But if you like Evil Twin, it's definitely for you, and you like the dual feel, go for it. But I wouldn't go for it. But I'll see if I can get something in the pack pool though, because you see I got a free pack pool, so that I can see what I can get there. So yeah, you can see there the animations for the new ones. But now the old ones you did see in the other Duel Live that you saw earlier, that there's, even for the old version, there are also animations for those. So whether you have the UR or the SR, it's the same. People are outraged at them censoring it. Yeah. Remember, it's at the end of the day, it's a, when they take the OCG version and they put it to the American or, you know, the world version, TCG version or whatever, they have to obviously censor the cards. Because you don't want to be revealing too many things. Because remember, it's actually, at the end of the day, it's a kid's it's a kid's trading card game. So they don't want to have anything that is revealing or whatever. So yeah, if they need to cover up stuff, they need to cover up stuff. But obviously, it's unfortunate because, I mean, but I see this one, they didn't do anything major, because you see there's still some revealing stuff here, but I don't know. Why? I know this one they censored a lot, because apparently this was not in here. This was censored a bit, so this was not originally in the original artwork, so they had to censor that. But they left the red one. I don't know. Who knows why they censor things? It's not the first time they've done that. So same thing with this is funny, right? So in the Shining Sarcophagus deck, there is a Dark Magician that is literally a retrain. It's SR. Interesting. But look at the name. It's Dark Magician, the Magician of Black Magic. And remember, in the OCG, the original name is Black Magician. So the fact that they're mentioning Black Magic, why, and in the card text is crazy, because it's literally Black Magician, but now instead of saying Black Magician, you're saying Dark Magician. But you mentioned Magician of Black Magic, so it's like you're indirectly referencing, okay, yeah, the origin is Black Magician. But okay, I guess they wanted to realize, okay, cool, it's fine, it's just a retrain, so it's still Dark Magician. But it's just funny that they mentioned Black Magic in there, because he actually is Black Magician. Same with Black Magician Girl. But nonetheless, that's fine. So let's see. Can we get lucky with this pack pulls? Let me just open all these things. Oh, okay. Oh, whoa. Okay. Okay. So I got lucky. I got Black Flame Magician. Okay, interesting. But I got a UR Leela. Not bad. You see from pack pulls. That's what I'm saying. Sometimes it's the luck. So I already have some of the, I already have some of the Evil Twin because it's SR, but now I say I have the UR now. So I'll probably just keep both. And this is literally a free one. So I urge you guys to try your luck and see. Is there any other secret pack pulls that we can get here? Space-Time Transcendence. Why? Why is this free again? Oh, IP Masquerena again. Oh, okay. So to celebrate 1,000 days of Master Duel, they re-released the alternative IP Masquerena again. So, okay. Let's see, can we get it or not? Ooh. Oh, come on, really? Trap Trick Sarah? 2 of. Okay, that's interesting. Alright, well, we tried. But if you want to get Masquerena Alternative, you can get it now. What's the other packs that are here? Illusion Beast Raw, so it's all the illusion stuff. So if you didn't have opportunity to pull the Chimera stuff, this is the pack for you. Let me just see here. Yeah, this is literally like full Chimera illusion mixed with Layer of Darkness stuff, which is actually quite nice. Because all the virus cards are in here. Yeah, all the beast stuff, the illusion stuff. So it's actually focusing on the Chimera stuff with Nightmare Apprentice. So it's actually a pretty good pack. And the Guardian Chimeras in here. Pretty good, I would say. So with the secret packs actually doing quite well recently. And yeah, let's see how lucky we can get here. Ooh, okay, it's glowing. Oh, alright, well, we already have that already, so that's unfortunate. This is Deck Devastation. Okay. But yeah, it's a nice pack. You can get it. It's available until December the 6th. So, but remember, it's a secret pack. So if you craft a card, you can definitely pull it from here. So that's nice. And what is this one? Nemleria support. What is this? Oh, Nemleria and Madolce. Okay. Well, let's see what we get from here. Probably nothing. Oh, that's funny. I already got like more reasoning than I need to. Alright. Okay. Well, there you go. So, are there any more packs I can open? Yeah, I think that's literally it. So there's no other packs other than, yes, there's special bundles and stuff. You can definitely get that yourself if you want to get into it. But yeah, as you can see, I have 7,000 gems. Obviously, things that interest me as investments, I'll get. If I get them, fine. If I don't get them, I'm not going to complain, because as long as they are available in secret packs, I can get them. Because let's be honest, no one wants to be spending master packs and going into the main pack, and you don't want some of the cards there. Rather wait for it to come in a secret pack, and at any point you can get it. So I think that's actually a good model that they are following. But please, Konami, can you please update the older secret packs? Because, for example, people are still waiting for the water stuff to be added, like the Argonaut and Coral Triangle still not in the secret pack at this stage still. Is it because they're waiting for the water stuff from Rage of the Abyss to come in, and they'll make a special pack for that? Maybe. I believe so. But yeah, they don't know why they're wasting time on that, because people don't want to be crafting things when they can just pull it themselves, and it's relatively quite cheap also. So yeah, in terms of the URs, I don't know why they just not added them into the secret pack for the Marincess pack. I think it's the Essence of Flora and Ocean pack. So they should just add it, and then people have reason to at least pull from the pack itself. Then they get everything that they need. But yeah, in any case, that's the overview of the new stuff. If there's anything else that I missed, you can just let me, you can just highlight it for me. But otherwise, we think we should be fine there. And in terms of Master Duel ranked, so we're currently, I think from the last stream we were in Platinum 3. As you can see, we're on our way to Platinum 2. So we've been using Marincess, of course, as the main go-to. So you'll see from the deck list, you see nothing has really changed, right? So, and why do I say nothing's really changed? Because remember, like I said, every meta is going to be a meta where you have to adapt and see what the best options are going to be, what techs you're going to run, and so on. So people have already kind of, in a way, solved the meta in a way, because you know when a new pack is coming out, people want to try out the new stuff. So you'll see now people are on ladder applying, they're applying the new decks, Melodious, Shining Sarcophagus. People are still playing Tempai because it is still, you know, the best going second deck. However, it doesn't mean that it's a complete whitewash completely, because either you have the cards or you don't have the card. So that is something that you have to consider all the time, because not every match is going to be okay. The same thing playing against Tempai, it's not going to be a walk in the park. So it's not something that you have to add specifically for one matchup. I think you need to add cards which are good in all matchups. How are you summoning White Aura? Where is White Aura in my deck? I don't see White Aura anywhere. Are you referring to the yugioh? I'll be summoning this. So very easy. Yugioh is summoned with Ron Adrian plus a water monster. Literally a discard. Because if you discard a water monster plus this card, you summon this card and you generate a level 3 token. And that one card is 7 plus 3 equals 10. So it's not White Aura specifically, it is yugioh Adrian, James the Catboy. So that's how we summoning. So it's actually quite easy to summon. It's literally a one card Synchro 10, similar to Long Young, except now you have to only summon water monsters instead of generic anything. So yeah, that's the only difference. And also, if you don't use it for synchro material, you can use it for link plays. Hence, that's why it's a utility card. So it's as and when it comes up. And also it's a very good small bridge as well, because it obviously bridges into all our Cybers monsters and all that stuff, because it's a different type and level, so it makes it easy to also small world into other things. So that's why we run it. So in terms of the main deck, I haven't changed anything that much, obviously because of Tempai Dragon specifically, and taking into account that obviously there's Ritual Beast as well, and there's also now Melodious coming in. So D-Barrier is looking like a good shout still to run, because you see Fusion obviously shuts down Ritual Beast quite a bit. They can still link play, but their main combos revolve around the Fusion, so that kind of slows them down a little bit. And obviously Droll and Lockbird shuts them down completely. And then Synchro obviously for Tempai Dragon, as obviously the best going second deck and Synchro based. Then Pendulum of course for Melodious. And any pendulum strategy that's there, it can come up. So in terms of D-Barrier, yes, it's not something you can hard search, but you can search it off thrust. But if you hard draw it, that's also great. So it's again a versatile card to run. Book of Eclipse I've seen is actually quite a good shout in the meta as well, because people are finding ways to deal with all these like Baguskas and all that stuff. So just flip it face down, you don't have to worry about it. Or if you have a problem monster on the field, just get rid of it, because sometimes, like for example, Promethean Princess needs to target a fire monster. So if you want to flip it face down, then you can't obviously target it because it's face down, because it says specifically a fire monster you must target. So you can't target a face down card because you don't know what attribute it is. So unless it's a link monster, then you can just use for the whole field face down. Though just remember, this can be ashed, so sometimes it can bait out an ash. So because it says at the end phase your opponent draws cards equal to number of cards chains flip up by this effect, so they can choose to negate this with ash because it is a draw effect, but it's actually quite good as a mini board breaker. I'm not running droplets but I may consider it back in by dropping maybe a cold buy or something else. But I haven't used droplet, but I think right now I'm not having issues with not having droplet there. And yeah, other than that, Ghost Ogre is also a very good shelf for the meta as well, given that now people are running more continuous spells, field spells, and so on, and even monster effects. So it does shut down most plays. And it's not just a hand trap in your hand, it can also be on the field. So it's very versatile in that nature. Same thing with DD Crow. It's like a bestial, but more versatile. Yes, it's not a high attack monster, but it does come up when needed. And then Spooky Dogwood, I'm keeping it just for a little bit because I'm not seeing it every matchup, but sometimes when it's in my hand, I just know, okay, if I need to use it, it is there. But it does slow down Vampire Dragon a little bit, and even in general, just to slow down the game, just to make sure, okay, at least you survive a turn, unless they negate it, but at least it baits out a call by or some other interruption. So it's there. And the rest of the deck is standard. So like I said, if you have any questions on how the deck is playing and whatnot, then you obviously can let me know in the chat. But I think most of you that have been on my channel before, you've seen how the deck has been played. And with that being said, somebody asked a question. How do you know when you see the OTK line? So they're referring to the Zelantis banish and making sure that when you do the Zelantis banish, you are guaranteeing OTK. So it depends, because like I've said before, obviously the goal of Zelantis is to obviously break boards, but to obviously get there, you must make sure that Zelantis is not negated, because if Zelantis is negated, then your entire strategy is gone, and you kind of put a lot of resources in just for this one card. So you have to change your combo in a way that, yes, you're focusing on Zelantis if you're going second, but you can also summon this card when you're going for OTKs as well, because you need it as part of the OTK. So I've normally said it before that the basic one revolves around 3 cards. It's either Blue Tang, Spring Girl, or Mandarin. Those 3. If you have one of them, plus either the field spell or Marincess dive. If you have any two of that combination, you pretty much have the full OTK line, provided that there's no interruptions. Because obviously we know when we explain combos, it's combos as if it's not interrupted. So people have said, oh, but now how does it play into boards, and what, do you need to have empty field and whatever? No, it's not necessary. You can do it with no monsters, with 5 monsters. As long as there's no interruptions, you can achieve the full combo. And what if you don't have the Spring Girl, Blue Tang, or Mandarin? What else do you need, basically? So my principle is this: a Marincess monster plus any extender, right, plus dive or field spell is OTK still. So for example, if I have Kashtira Ogre plus maybe Basilima, and I have the field spell or dive, I still have OTK still. If I have Ron Adrian in my hand plus a Marincess monster, any of my level 4 lower Marincess monsters plus dive or field spell, it also is still OTK still. And man, even more important, if you have a kaiju, if you have a kaiju plus any Marincess monster that's not Seahorse, that's not Spring Girl, Blue Tang, or Mandarin. So let's say it's Pascalis, Basilima, or Seahorse. So that's the other 3. If you have those 3 plus kaiju plus field spell or dive, you also have OTK as well. Because remember, what are you trying to do? You're trying to ensure at least 8,000 damage. 8,000 damage involves around, okay, having additional bodies to make 8k damage. So based on the Zelantis banish and everything, you're going to generate 6,000 damage. But to have that extra 2,000 damage, that's why the kaiju comes in, because you see the kaiju is 2.2. So if you give it to your opponent, it comes back when you use Zelantis' effect. So that is why it is going to be 8k damage, because it's 6k, because Zelantis plus Blue Slug, which is going to be equipped with 3 equips, 35,000. So that's already 6,000. Can you see? The 35 plus the 2,500, that's 6,000. But you need 2k extra damage, or minimum. Yeah, you need at least 2k to make it 8,000. So that's why the Kaiju is going to be useful if you have those type of weird lines. But it is possible. But there's a certain sequence you have to do, otherwise you'll mess it up. So if you want to look at that, you must just let me know if you want me to do a dedicated video just for those advanced combos, because the one I did, I think almost a year ago, which is the basic one, is around Blue Tang, Spring Girl, and Mandarin. That's the general one that you want to see ideally, but it can be achieved with Seahorse, Castor Ogre plus Battle Ocean or Dive. It's the same. That is what you have to do to achieve that. So that's what I call advanced combos for OTKs. Zach T, welcome. So that's where now, if you want to see, if you want me to do a dedicated video just for that, explaining those advanced lines, then you can let me know. Then I will do a dedicated video for that. Otherwise, you'll see when you watch my streams, or what you'll see generally when the combo comes up, I'll say, okay, hey guys, this is the combo line where we focus on this. Because it's a similar thing with the Snake Eye one. The Snake Eye one that everyone does with, well, not even a Snake Eye thing, but it's the Promethean Princess one where it requires a certain line to get enough bodies on field. There are certain cards which are core to the OTK. In that case, it's Promethean, Raging Phoenix, and Zelantis. In our case, it's actually Spring Girl. As long as you have Spring Girl and you have a Marincess monster that's linked 2 or higher, banished, and Bubble Reef, those are the 2 main pieces. If you have these 2 main pieces, you have a banish linked 2 or higher. So from Coral and Enemy, Marbled Rock, even Coral Triangle as well. But the problem with Coral Triangle is she's only 1.5. You need at least 2,000 attack on your link 2. So at least Coral and Enemy can be done, and Marbled Rock is ideal. But it can also be done with Coral Triangle, but just note that the attack is low. So it won't be equaling like large damage, which means you need to probably have something else on the field to supplement it. Because even with the boost, it's only what, 1,700. But at least with these ones, they at least go to 2,200 and 2,700 with the extra boost of the field spell. So that's why you ideally want to have Coral Enemy or Marbled Rock banished. Then you discard a water monster to revive back any of those, one of them, and then you go into that play. So yeah. So the OTK is using Bubble Reef for Zelantis, and then using Spring Girl to banish her. So you can do that, but to make it as consistent as possible, the ideal combo is let's do it like this. You normal summon Blue Tang, right? Normal summon Blue Tang, you will send Spring Girl. If you have Spring Girl in your hand already, you will send Mandarin, and vice versa. So depending on what you have, you will send the other one. So if your opening is Blue Tang, and you have, let's say you have nothing, you have Blue Tang and Field Spell only, you will send Spring Girl, because that's the priority. Okay? Because in case you get disrupted, at least you have a follower. So you must have that, because at the end, as you're correctly saying, you must have an unused link 1, specifically Blue Slug. You have to use Sea Angel as part of the combo to search for the other spell that you're missing. So if you have Ocean, you're searching for Dive. If you have Dive, you're searching for Ocean. But the link 1 Blue Slug has to be right at the end, because when you return the monsters on field, you're going to have Zelantis, you're going to have a link 2 or link 3, plus a Marincess level 4 or lower. Then that's going to be pointing on top of Zelantis in the extra monster zone, which is co-linking to Zelantis. So you need an unused monster. So that's what you need to make sure when you do that line. Otherwise, you won't have maximum damage. It's not to say that you need to specifically use blue slug, but it's ideal though. So as I said, so you're gonna, let's say, go blue tang. You have Battle Ocean already. You're gonna send Spring Girl. That's the priority. Then go blue tang into Sea Angel. Sea Angel is gonna search for the other spell you're missing. It's either dive or ocean. So in this case, I have ocean already, so I search dive. If you already have both pieces, then it's fine. Just search anything, right? Search second dive or whatever. Then it's cool. You do that. Then you will summon from the deck Mandarin. Now the nice thing is, if you already have Mandarin already, just use it to bait hand traps already. As long as you have two bodies on field, because Sea Angel plus an extender. So Sea Angel plus a water, you need to have core and enemy, but you must have Mandarin somewhere, either in your hand or in your grave. So that is what you need. Then once you have Sea Angel and let's say the Mandarin, you will link off into core and enemy. Core and enemy is going to revive back the Sea Angel. Why the Sea Angel specifically? Because Sea Angel is pointing to a link arrow on the left. Mandarin's going to trigger because you see two Marincess monsters. You control two. It will target the Sea Angel because the arrow is pointing to the left. So be careful where you place the extra monster zone where you link off, because if you put in the zone where Mandarin can't be summoned, then you kind of mess up the combo already. So I ideally like to go on the right hand side and not the left hand side. But of course, if the opponent's occupied the right hand side, you have to now on the left hand side make sure when the Sea Angel is summoned, there's an empty zone in the monster zone open for Mandarin to summon. Once you do that, then Mandarin will trigger, activate that. Then you're gonna have 3 bodies on field: Mandarin, Sea Angel, and Core and Enemy. Link off Core and Enemy and Sea Angel into Marbled Rock. So why Marbled Rock? Because Marbled Rock is going to do 2 things. Remember, you sent Spring Girl to the graveyard. Remember, you didn't add her yet into your hand yet. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna do 2 things. You're gonna activate Core and Enemy's effect, add back Spring Girl immediately, right? Then remember, at that point you'll have 1 water monster in your hand. Now you need a second one for the other part of the combo, because you need 2 waters. You need Spring Girl plus another water monster. Now you're going to use Marbled Rock's effect to add back a second Marincess monster, either Blue Tang, or if you have another water monster in the graveyard, you can add it back, but it must be another Marincess, because it obviously targets a Marincess card. Remember, Mandarin's already on the field, so if you link off with her, she's banished. She won't come back. She's not going to be using the combo afterwards, so she must remain on the field, because the link 3 plus her will be Bubble Reef. Bubble Reef is going to be there, but then at the end of the day, you're going to have Bubble Reef, you're going to have Sprinkler in your hand, you're going to have another water monster in your hand, ideally, but it's the Marincess that you normally just added back. Then you're going to say, Spring Girl is going to banish a link 2 with 2k attack at least, or a link 3 with 2k attack at least. So the targets will be Core and Enemy or Marbled Rock. I prefer Marbled Rock, because on the follow-up, if in case I don't kill them that turn, at least my monsters cannot be destroyed by battle, and I take no damage because I have Marincess monsters in my hand already. So that's like extra layer of protection as well. So I prefer Marbled Rock for maximum damage. Banish her for cost, summon Spring Girl. Then you keep Spring on the field. Then you're going to use Bubble Reef's effect. Bubble Reef is going to discard a water monster, doesn't have to be Marincess, any water. Then you return one of your banished Marincess monsters to the field. So, doesn't target though. Remember, it doesn't target. You select which one you want, provided there's a Marincess monster banished. If there's nothing in the banished zone, it's not going to trigger anything. So make sure when you activate Bubble Reef's effect, there must be a Marincess monster banished, ideally a link 2 or a link 3, which is either Core and Enemy or Marbled Rock. Marbled Rock is going to come back. Then your end state before Zelantis gets summoned is Spring Girl, Bubble Reef, and Marbled Rock. Now you make Zelantis with Bubble Reef, because remember, you can use one effect monster, which is a link 4, a link 4 over a link 4. So you link summon Bubble Reef into Zelantis. And the nice and why I like the link 3 ideally is because if I already have Marincess Wave in my hand, you see, at the point when I activate Zelantis, I can ensure that it's going to be unaffected if the opponent is waiting to hold on, maybe using a Ghost Ogre or a Veiler or some sort of negate on Zelantis. If I have Wave in my hand. Now remember, this is not part of the combo, but of course it's extra stuff you must consider. It is, if you have Wave in your hand, great. Because maybe part of the combo, when you're adding Marbled Rock to a card from the graveyard to the hand, you already probably have Spring already in your hand. So you just add back maybe Marincess Wave that you used on the previous turn. And then you go from there. So at the point Zelantis is summoned, you have a Link 3, you have Spring Girl, and you have Marbled Rock. So now you activate the effect, banish everything. If they're playing water monsters, flip them face down. If they are, if you feel that they might be Nibiru, put one of the water monsters in attack position, just in case when the monsters come back, you can play around Nibiru. Because that's what I found sometimes. They normally have Nibiru and they're waiting. So if you feel like they have water monsters on their side, put one of them in attack position just in case you want to play around Nibiru. Then that's fine. But if they don't, everything is gone. And now the key thing is to put Zelantis in the extra monster zones, either on the left or on the right, but it must be behind it. It cannot be on the side, or it must be behind the extra monster zone, because Blue Slug is going to co-link to Zelantis. Because remember, Spring Girl is going to be linked off with Blue Slug. Blue Slug is going to get equipped with the field spell being in play. Going to equip 3 link monsters, and then you've achieved 3 co-link monsters. So you got Blue Slug, you've got Zelantis, and you got Marbled Rock. You could have other monsters as well, but the nice thing about that end board is that you're gonna have 3 monsters co-linked, right? That's on your side of the field. You also must take into account the opponent's monsters as well. But at that point, there won't be any monsters. There might be back row. So if there's back row, just look at what your opponent's playing and be careful that you need to make sure that if there's cards that will activate when something is destroyed, just be mindful of that when you activate Zelantis' quick effect in the battle phase. Because in the battle phase, it will destroy cards on the field up to the number of co-link monsters. Not co-link monsters linked to Zelantis, just co-link monsters on the field. So you have to include your opponent plus yours. So if they are playing also, let's say, a combo that has links or whatever, you can actually arrange the field in such a way that their monsters are linked, your monsters are linked, so you can destroy maximum cards on the field, but minimum will always be 3. So I don't want to depend on my opponent having co-links. I know when I have Blue Slug linking to Zelantis, linking to the zones, because the zones for Zelantis is quite nice. It's up, down, left, right. So you basically want to revolve everything around Zelantis being in the middle. So you will always have co-links regardless. So if they want to have a Bestial in their hand and they see that, oh no, I can dodge something. No, that's why you hold on to Zelantis' effect to assess if this game state allows it. Wait for the Barrel Destruction, because at that point there's no monsters on the field. They could have a Yubel in their hand, fine, but we can negate it with let's say a wave. If we're holding on to wave in the battle phase, we can negate it because it's on the attack declaration. If some cards require at the start of the battle phase, you can literally say before you declare an attack, pop the cards already, and that's it. So that's just the basic OTK line. And if you're unsure what I just said now, you can go look at my video when I made my first Marincess guide. I think that was like in the Tillerman format or whatever. Like there's a segment I specifically timestamped there, Zelantis OTK, when I just explained exactly why we do it why we do it that certain way, because it's very unique for Marincess specifically. You don't need to have other cards. Just solely based on Marincess engine, you can achieve it. Because people were saying in the past, oh, you see, you need like 100 million cards to do it. No, you don't. It's just 2 cards. Literally 2 cards. That's all you need. You don't need like a lot of cards to make the OTK. Yes, it will make it easier if you have more extension. But the reason why you have more extension is to cater for the fact that you could get negated, you could get interrupted along the way. And it's happened before, but I've adapted. Because remember, I'm only talking about 2 cards, but what about the other 3 cards, 4 cards in your hand? So you have to always consider that when we explain combos in general, combos are not linear combos. Combos are there to understand this is the lines you can do if you're not disrupted, because that's how you learn a deck, right? You don't just pick up a deck and say, okay, what are the combos to be this? What are the combos to be that? Yes, there are specific combos to play around things, but sometimes it's not a guarantee. When I pick up a deck, I like to learn the basic combo lines of how the deck functions. Then afterwards, I'll tweak it to say, okay, how do I play around hand traps? How do I play around this? Unfortunately, it doesn't play well into Maxi. It's a given. It doesn't play well into Nibiru. It's a given. It doesn't play well into certain things. However, that's just how combos work. Combos are not supposed to be playing through everything. No, it's a combo. So if you are playing a duel, you know what combo you need to do against that board state. So you need to make sure you assess the board state to explain, okay, this is exactly what you need to do in that specific matchup. And it's important because a lot of times you'll see, oh, you're watching someone, let's say you're watching some replay, and sometimes you can see, oh, but actually this person actually has OTK, but did they know about it? Because, or were they just used to just doing the normal combo because it was an option available? And it's okay if you didn't know it. But now imagine now if the person knew that that was an OTK line there. They would have been like, okay, no, I'm fine because either way I'm winning. Have you noticed in my streams when I say, oh, definitely I'm winning this game because of the board state that it is at that point in time. Obviously, if something changes, then I'll say, oh, okay, maybe I can't do it. But I know definitely I'll say, okay, guys, this is definitely OTKing. I'm winning. And that's just OTKs from your hand. We're not even talking about the graveyard. The graveyard is an additional line to say, okay, if I have Coral Triangle in my graveyard in the follow-up turn, that's also easier to OTK as well because you start from the graveyard. You don't start from your hand. So that's why we make sure when we do our combo, we make sure if we're going first, we have Link 3 in the grave, we have Wave, we have Bubble Reef, we have there's actually why we play 2 Bubble Reef and we play 2 Zelantis. Not because we want to, it's because one of them will be needed each for a combo and the other one will be used for later combos, for grind game. Like you see, second Zelantis, no one expects second Zelantis because they think, okay, if I'm going second the first time, I use Zelantis once. They clear it thinking that there's no other Zelantis because normally people play one. Then you surprise them and say, oh wait, actually I have another one. And you're like, oh, okay, I didn't think about that oh, you're playing another one, because people don't know that people can play more than one. So I think I'm the only one that's playing more than one still. Other people have reverted back to playing one. I've kept it at 2. Ever since the Cashier format, I've just kept it at 2. Because it gives my options to my opponent to say, okay, if I see 2 of them in the extra deck, it means that, okay, I can't just snipe it, because if I snipe it, that means they have another one in the deck. But if I only have 1 copy, it's very easy. They'll get rid of the 1 of, and I'm done. So that's kind of the rationale behind having 2 Zelantis. Yes, it is expensive. I'm not saying now go and craft 3 Zelantis or whatever. I pack pulled those and I kept it. There's no point disenchanting, because maybe there's a combo in the future where you would need 3, but it's unlikely. But 2 I've seen is where I'm comfortable with. I'm not saying also that I'm gonna have 2 Zelantis forever. When new cards come out, when there's new ways to play the deck, it might go back to 1. Because maybe I can have a point where I can recycle the card. Because the nice thing is, it's a Sea Serpent. You guys saw that Zelantis is a Sea Serpent. There are decks which say target a Sea Serpent in your grave, add it back. So there are a lot of ways to recover this card, even if it's a one-off. So at least I'm comfortable. It's not like a unfamiliar type that you can't recover. Because there's mermaids, there's sharks, there's a whole lot of fish, there's other support that talks about sea serpents. I can get this card back if it's at 1. But in my build specifically, there's nothing like that yet in the game yet, so I have to compensate for them. So that's how pretty much my logic of deck building is, to say, okay, it is to understand the deck itself, how it functions, the basics. And I mean the basics doesn't mean including Kashtira, Ogre, Ron, Ager. No. It's the basic. What's the basic Marincess combo? And you'll be surprised. You would think, oh, I watched like a lot of videos. Remember, you can watch a lot of videos, which is weird because I'm saying watch my video. But the thing is, you can, if you look at that video that I uploaded a year ago, it's not relevant to how I'm playing now, because you see times change. And that's the problem with guides, because guides over time will age. Because at that time there was no there was only certain ways to play the deck. Now there's new ways to play the deck. And you guys have seen the progression from when I started playing the deck till now. There's so many different versions you can play it a certain way. And you might think, oh, but it's still the same link combo. Yes, it's the same link combo, but how you get there is different. Incorporating different engines, different strategies, which has not been seen before. Has not been incorporated in a strategy in Marincess before, because people just see Marincess as a link-based deck and that's it. But people are running Xyz monsters, synchro monsters, and whatever. But of course, the waterlock, of course, is hindering the deck a little bit, but it's fine. You can work around it. I mean, as much as I complained about it, it is what it is. I can't say no. We must just not play the deck anymore. It has very high potential. I strongly believe that Marincess is very underrated, and not because of how the deck functions. Is because if there's a good pilot that can take a deck to new heights, to play the deck differently, then at least you can see, okay, no, actually in the future this deck might be broken. Even despite the restrictions, it is still a very good deck that is very good, very good boards, can play well with hand traps. So yeah, it's all those things. So yeah, that's how you think about it like that. Adrian is super good. Always use the magic to bring it, but you said it could lead to draw. What? Yeah, again. You see what I'm saying, Zach T? You see that example of, yes, you can run those things. You can run Ice Jade Cradle to immediately search it. But remember, that's the first search you're making. And you don't want to make the first search something that's not really a core part of your main strategy. So if you're going to run 3 Ice Jade Cradle, and the first thing you search is run Adrian, now you lose the opportunity to search Dive, Ocean, or even Wave even. You lose that opportunity because it's your first search. So Duel is still relevant. I've still been saying for so many months that as much as people are not playing Duel will always be relevant, because nowadays people are adding way too many cards. Just think about it. People are adding way too many cards. So it'll be foolish not to add Duel in your deck, even as a one-off, as a cross-out target, because it's real. Who doesn't add cards? It's like a no-brainer. So you have to adapt your decks, obviously based on the meta. And you can see from the moment I played Tillerman format till now, I've played the deck very different. I've learned new things. I've tested new things where people said, no man, it's impossible. How can you run this? How can you run that? How can you run that? Even people now saying, how do you run this? Why do you run these cards? They're not doing anything for the deck. But now, what's the difference between Master Duel and other formats? Other formats is best of 3. So you have opportunity to rotate your cards. To say, okay, I know for this matchup, this card sucks, so I'm going to take it out. You know what I'm saying? So, but in other matchups, I need to put these specific cards in. That's the beauty of TCG and OCG. But in Master Duel, you don't have that luxury. So for me, Master Duel is a place where you can actually experiment without side decking and say, okay, if it was no side deck, this is one deck I'm going to be using for a tournament or for rank ladder or whatever. These are the cards I'm bringing, and I want to see how it works. And you see the results. Now, what results am I talking about? You can just see like the number of master ranks you've achieved, the tournaments to success, whatever. I finished top 32 in a community tournament. I think it was a few months ago. You can check it. It was, I think, Master Duel Central's Master Cup or whatever. and there was a lot of players. I was playing Marincess. That time the Horus engine was still quite real. I was playing it, right? Top 32, almost made top 16. By the way, almost made top 16. And it's funny because my opponents that I was playing against, they made it to the top 4, top 8. So I'm playing against those kind of high skill players. The fact that my opponents are making the top cut, what does that say about me? Basically, it means that okay, I'm also, you know, it's a representation of the way I'm playing. It's adapting to whatever they are doing, because obviously, yes, in the tournament setup it's very different. You can lose to one thing, you know, maxi, whatever. But the fact that I'm playing against those type of players and I'm making top cut, I'm not just playing against random people. They are actually skillful players. So the fact that, you know, I just barely missed out because of Swiss format rules, that it just shows that, okay, like if I had to take this thing seriously and go into tournaments, I actually will be doing well. And I'm not saying it to brag, is because I know the skill I have when it comes to the deck, because obviously the pilot itself is different to the deck. The deck can be one thing, but if you have a good pilot to run the deck, then it can do wonders. I always say that. Because you'll find, what do you see? You see people using meta-relevant decks, but they make the most weirdest misplays ever. And not misplays for the sake that they know what's going on. Is the fact that the deck forgives them for messing up a certain line or whatever. So you ignore it because the deck itself is great. But actually, imagine if that person just had a little bit of game sense to say, okay, no, actually, I shouldn't be doing this, I shouldn't be doing that. It makes a difference. It really does. So that for me is very crucial to deck building and understanding that some plays are not just going to be coming from spreadsheets. Because I got that also in the past. I said, oh, but now, can you make a spreadsheet or whatever? Yes, I can make a spreadsheet, but that's not going to make you a good player over time. It's not. I would say this. I learn a lot from practicing myself and also watching other people play. If not watching people play, watch people play against that deck. Have you ever heard me say, okay, I have no clue what this deck does. I'm just gonna let them do. I try my best to at least, okay, I have a glimpse of the deck. Let me see what the cards do quickly. What are the main cards here? Where are the disruptions? Because that's what I want to understand. For me as a player, I want to understand what is your game state. Where are the potential disruptions? What do I think is in my opponent's hand? If they play certain hand traps, I have to think, okay, do they have this? Do they have that? And it will dictate as the game goes on. That's the things I'm looking for, not because, I have a combo, I must follow it. Because that's what makes a good player skillful, because they identify that, hey, things have to change on the fly. For example, if you can see your opponent's hand, you use triple tactics talent, they hand trap you. You use talent to see, oh, they actually only have one starter in their hand, and these board breakers aren't really applicable to me. So now you see, my strategy is going to change now because I know what your hand is. You see, that's game sense, not because now you see I've seen your hand, and the opponent still plays into the board as if you have not. I've not seen your hand. I've literally seen your hand. So I'm going to do my combo based on what I've seen. Because, as we said, hand knowledge is important. The game state is important. So it's the same thing I apply now. When new support comes, I have to look at and say, okay, cool. We have to assess and see how it works. That's what I'm saying. I'm already practicing outside of masterduel, because there's other simulators that, like I said, I'm not waiting for the new cards to come. I have to learn the new cards now, because I have to tell you guys, can we use these cards or not in a strategy? Yes or no? And every time I've used a new strategy, it's always worked out. No one has come back to me and said, oh, the Horus engine did not work out. The Kashira package did not work out. The Ice Jade package, I think Ice Jade package, most people kind of predicted already that was going to be used, but it's not being played as often. Because you all know, sometimes you just need a little bit of help to make a great deck, you know? But not to say that this deck cannot play bad. It plays quite well. It's just that it's just power creep compared to everything else. Because other decks have no restrictions, this deck has restrictions. it's like it's the same thing as Melodious. Melodious is good because that Ostimato card doesn't lock you into anything when you use a card. It's unlike Branded Fusion where it locks you into fusions, but the Ostimato says no, just summon a Melodious Fusion monster from your deck as materials. But there's no restrictions after that. If they had to put restrictions on such cards, then Melodious won't be splashable as like an engine in Pendulum or whatever, because it will kind of make the power level a little bit and it will actually make it a pure deck. And not to say the pure deck is bad, the pure deck's also good. But imagine if there were restrictions on you can only summon Melodious monsters for the rest of the turn for most of their cards. Yeah, some of the cards have that, but the Ostimato card is not even once per turn. Provided you have no monsters on the field, you can use it multiple times. And then some cards are soft once per turn or whatever, but most of our cards are once per turn. So you see how you have to always adapt slightly to how things are working, because you don't know what opponents you're going to be getting on a day-to-day. You don't know. And if you really feel like you don't believe me, go into casual match or whatever, and you might think, why go into casual match? Because you'll see the meta, you see people what people are playing there. They are still playing the best decks, but some of them have no clue how to navigate when now a combo gets disrupted and what to do after that. Because that's what makes you different from someone who just knows the deck and someone actually knows how to play the game. It's the ability to adapt, not just I memorized a spreadsheet because I saw a spreadsheet and then I'm gonna follow ABC. If ABC doesn't work, then I do nothing. You can always do something, but you need to have a kind of an idea as to what to do when things go wrong. So that is kind of like my deep analysis as to what the deck building is going to be like going forward. We have to assess, can we actually do things or can we not do things? So we're going to go into some games now just to, you know, unwind, because I was obviously talking for a bit. But I hope you do appreciate that little analysis that I explained now, because I just, you know, I like explaining myself why I do certain things, and if you're still unsure, you can always ask. So feel free. But let's get into some games now. So like you see now, I'm going second. My hand is okay. I have Kashira Ogre to potentially break the board, play into some hand traps. I have Book of Eclipse as well, and I still have my main normal summon, which is the Marincess combo. Speaking of Labyrinth, there's Labyrinth here. Oh, discarding a big welcome. Okay, so it could be potentially used as a disruption. So let's see what happens. Because it's in the grave right now at the moment. Okay. Set 3. Oh, okay. All right. Ooh, okay. We actually have options here. We can make Kashira Ogre and we can make Gamia at the same time. So it would just be interesting to see what we will do first. So what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna use Book of Eclipse because there's no Ash here. Because you see, there's Big Welcome in the grave. It's actually a disruption because it can target a card I control because there's a level 8 Fiend. So there's one level 8 Fiend, you can't use Big Welcome in the grave. So I want to force them to use it now. So let's see. Let me use Book of Eclipse. Let's see what's going to happen. Because I don't know what their back row is. It's probably Daruma Cannon and some other stuff. But yeah, we will have to just see how it goes from there. First things first, let's just see what the back row is. They can summon a Lovely, that's fine, but we'll see how it goes. Kashira Ogre, okay. Okay, add a trap. You know, Labyrinth doesn't like this, so we'll do it. And then we'll go like this. I think I'm gonna... Yeah, let's do it like this. We'll make Gamia, we'll make Ogre, then at least we know where we're at. Before I go into any Marincess plays. And notice I didn't put anything in the behind the extra master zones. What? Synchro monster. Okay. So you see that's one disruption, but you see that doesn't affect us because we can use this now as material now. So it's actually good. So you see it doesn't really affect anything at all because now we have this as link material basically. And remember, we haven't normal summoned yet at all. We have not normal summoned yet. So this is all through that. They still have more disruptions, I'm sure. They used the rumor early. Okay. This is fine. This is literally fine. Am I gonna use this now? No. I am not. So let's see. What is this? What is this face down? That's the question. What is this face down? The rumor. Trap trick. Oh. Trap trick. So you see now I'm literally improvising. What is this? Ice dragons. Okay. That's fair. That's fair. That's fair. Ice dragons. It's fair. That's literally fair. So you can use ice dragons at any point. Basically. So I'm gonna try and play around that. Because luckily there's two cybers there, so we're gonna see. Right, that's fine. Yeah. So for him, the best thing is to wait for me to target the dive, because that would be the target you'll use to banish this, I think. With that, so you see we have a choice here. You see, we can play right into the ice dragons, but then you see it will banish two bodies for one. So it's either we do nothing, because you can even target the core enemy as well, and then we go from there. But you see now, if I do dive, the target that I will use, he will use ice dragons. That would be the smart play. As with anybody, that would be a smart play. So let's just set these, because it's not good in our hand right at the moment. Because you see at any point you can use ice dragon, because cyburst and you can banish two. So if I use dive now, I'll be kind of screwed. What is the attack of let me just see, what is the attack of Ariana? And yeah, you see the big attack, so I can't really beat over them actually. It's unfortunate. So what I'll do, I'll just have to go in phase. Because ice dragons is not going to make sense there for us. So I mean, he gets to draw 3, which is whatever, but it is what it is. If he didn't have trap trick, would have been fine. Oh, there it is. Yeah, he would have eventually done it, so no point doing it on my turn. He'll just do it now anyway, so it's fine. Because how do you play around that? You really can't, because whether you do it, they will do it eventually. So yeah, because waiting for the end phase is smart, because there's no other plays I can do from there. So the only thing that's changed this game is the trap trick. That's the only reason why he's in this game, pretty much. Yeah. So we have a chain block for Lady Labyrinth, so we're not going to activate this trap card just yet. I mean, you can literally set the Daruma and Ice Dragons and everything in rotation. If he has Lovely out, let's chain block this in case he wants to set another trap. Right. So can you see how one card changes the entire duel? Because that trap trick was literally just the card that they needed to change the whole game. Because that trap trick wasn't there, I would have banished the field, set up a board to the point where now we can follow up. Now he's got rid of my follow-up. You see, which is smart. But obviously for Labyrinth, it's a reactive deck. Because you see, he had Daruma, he had all those things, but the trap trick was the big difference. And I played around the Big Welcome in the Grave by flipping everything face down. He didn't really have any other plays after that. So, fair play to him though, fair play to him. He probably said Ice Dragons, most likely. Oh, Big Welcome. Okay, I mean, obviously the field spell is live, so you can just pop it immediately. 2 cards for 1. Areas. Yep, trap trick. Okay, you can't use Big Welcome again because you already used it this turn. But why did he use this now? Is it not Arias activating this immediately? Interesting. Yep. Ooh, Cosmic. Oh, that's a bit too late now, don't you think? A bit too late for that. Yeah, it's a bit too late for that. Unfortunately. I mean, I can use it, but I mean, I'm at 3.6 life and he's got more than enough damage on field, so it's an easy game for him. Fair play, opponent, fair play. See, all he has is just one card to set up everything. And for him, it was Trap Trick. If Trap Trick was not there, would have been fine. Play through D-Barrier, not really relevant, but play through Daruma, play through all that, play through the Big Welcome in the Grave. He didn't have anything in his hand, so it was just a Trap Trick that kept him going. And obviously, Ice Dragons is 2 for 1. So. Okay. Okay, let's see what we can do here. What do you want there? I got a couple clips though, so it won't be too bad. Let's do it like this. Let's play around stuff. Okay. Dude. What do you guys think about this dual field that Evil Twin have? Quite nice. Very unique background music though. Interesting that they were Ash. Okay. Very interesting. Now Triple Tactics Thrust is live, so we can maybe set Imperm. Odd Limits, welcome man, welcome. The techno music is so good, it's my new battlefield. That's nice. I mean, it's a very creative battlefield, and obviously the theme suits it, so yeah. They must do more of that. Okay, let's get wave here. I'm thinking let's set let's set Imperm. Imperm is more versatile. D-barrier, we might not even play something that affects D-barrier, but I don't know. It feels like a gamble. What do you guys think? You think I should set D-barrier or I should set Imperm in case it's Tempire Dragon? Because right now I don't think it's warranted to even do that. I don't think so. Because it'll just make Heretic Seal also pass, and then that's a link, so they'll just do that. But okay. Because you also have Book of Eclipse as well, so that's why I'm feeling very comfortable with setting Imperm, but also D-barrier trusting more completely. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, let's try it. Let's try it. We have Book of Eclipse anyway. Worst case, you can't synchro Xyz and link with face down monsters, but you can still fuse with them. So let's see. My last game was against Sprite Live Twin. But the blue link destroyed Mana Bound Creator, which I searched Spear Mode to activate the... Ooh, Mana Bound Creator. Actually, that's a mistake. They shouldn't have done that. They shouldn't have done that. Okay, let's see what we get off the draw. Do they have another Ash? Nah, I don't think so. It's a nice pickup. Maybe Maxi early to play around talents as well. If you want to call by this, they can call by. Remember, they used Ash already on the previous turn, so that would have been another negate on Maxi. There are not a lot of cards that can search guard. Yeah, there's quite a few of them actually. Wait, what? Foolish Barrel Goods? Okay. What are you sending from the... Oh. Ooh. Rainbow Bridge. Okay, are you playing Tillermont? We'll see what field spell they're adding, but interesting. Valmonica. Valmonica. You see, Valmonica is Lynx. That's the thing. Oh, okay. Interesting. I mean, I can call Pendulum, and they can't do anything. No, I'll just call Pendulum. But they can't have the effects activated and stuff. I mean, it will still work. They'll be in the scale, but that's it. We'll see what happens. Your name would be the hardest to pull off because you need stacking effects. That's true, because it's a very powerful card, but that's what you see basically fix your hand and do all that stuff, which is quite insane actually. But if you can pull it off, you can literally summon anything you want. Harmonica Skelter. Resonance counters, yeah. Yeah. Let me just check something quickly. One effect monster. Yeah, that's true because they actually do have like stacking effects. So Dark Magician makes sense. I'm thinking he's normal summoned already. And he can't pendulum summon. I'm gonna shotgun this actually. Because the Valmonica Link monsters only require one effect monster. Yeah. So you can use this if he wants to make something, but you can't use something else. What is this? So you can use my Link 4 to make a whatever, but it's fine. Valmonican Halberd. Oh, Imperm. Imperm actually is a very good shout. End of main phase. I mean, this is actually not a pretty good board actually. Battle step? Okay, it's fine. End phase. Or by the grave. Let me see. During the opponent's turn. Okay. So what do you have here? So we have graveyard. So first things first, let me stop this. Because this will be doing things that we don't want it to be doing. Rise, Ancient Chant, Obelisk has Graveyard Trap effect, Slav has one that requires the Poker Knights. Yep. Yep. Each of them have different searches or different strong points. Yeah. Yeah, this would have been a disruption, definitely. Okay. Let's use Coral Triangle's effect. Yeah. This should be fine, I think. Really? Effect failure? I'm not worried about effect failure. You can have that, it's fine. I'll get it back anyway. I'll add it back eventually. I just wanted it to just get... Okay, here we go. Let's just use Blue Tang. What do you have here? We have no other Marincess monsters, so I'm going to send this one. Yeah, and this should be more than enough. Yeah, this should be okay. So you see, this is what I'm talking about. The OTK is guaranteed now because we've assessed the board state, and even if the Vela did not go through, it's still going to be fine regardless. Oh, hand traps, really? Come on. Get the field spell. And you see, and like I said, we already have Marincess Wave that we searched from the previous turn. So if they decide to have Nibiru or something, we can just target the Cellatrice and then it's fine. And we still aren't affected, regardless. So now we're doing the OTK line now. We're literally doing that right now. Can be any wants to add back. Actually, no. Let me use this. I want to keep this other link here on the field. This link 1. To have another co-link so we can pop more cards on the field if need be. So we're going to go second Bubble Reef. Now we're gonna, before we activate the effect, make sure we banish a link 3. We can even banish a link 4, but I like banishing link 3 because it's fine. Doesn't really matter. So remember, Cellatrice is a water monster. So the main thing is we're gonna keep it up on field, and then we'll see if they have Nibiru or not. So this will, remember, like I said, if they have a water monster, maybe keep it face up. Unless it's Tilament, then you don't do that. But no. This one we have to see if they have Nibiru. But by now they would have used it if they had it, but You summoned, I think, 9 times already. So now we have Zelantis, so at least we have the Link 3 in play. So now we're going to resolve Zelantis now. Let's resolve. Okay, so you see Celetrax comes back. Let me rearrange this quickly. Put that there. That in the middle. This activates on normal or pendulum, so it's fine. This is literally fine. So you see what's happening now, we're reducing attack, but if I remove these scales, then it's all fine. So let's see what we can do here. So look how many cards they have in the field. They have 4 cards. We can destroy up to 4 cards on the field. Boom. Yeah, this will be fine. Before it gets destroyed, let's negate it. Here we go. Can you see we're unaffected now? So it doesn't matter. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold on. And there we go. Just in time. And there it is. There's the OTK line. Yep. There we go. Harmonica. Interesting deck, but yeah. Very interesting. That's what I'm saying. The priorities is always important. Have the follow-up. Follow-up is so important. You guys have seen in Master Duel especially how broken turn 1 can be, but then your follow-up is so bad because you think, okay, I've got everything covered. They can blow your turn 1 completely. So it's always important to have good follow-up. And Marincess at least, you know, guarantees good follow-up. Ooh. Okay. Hold up, let me check something. We may have a combo here. If they get disrupted though. Please Imperm Ash. Oh no, why would you Ash that? That's like the worst thing to Ash. Wow. You never Ash Blue Tang. That is the worst thing to Ash. Okay. Let's see. You probably have Maxi or something. Okay. Alright. Enjoy your Maxi. It's fine. The game is trolling me. That's funny though. That is literally funny. I have imperm, so I can definitely set imperm, but do I want to go further? Yeah, it's fine. If it's Tempai, it is what it is. If it's not, what can I do? Okay, if it's Tempai, I'm giving them too many resources. If it's not, then it is what it is. I have DD Crow and Imperm to survive a turn at least. If not, it is what it is. Oh, Yubel. Okay, actually, it's actually good that I didn't go into the Link 4 because, yeah, you can see it's Yubel. It's 1000 attack. It's not like it's a lot of attack. I only evenly match against Tempai just because I have Numeron Wall as a battle phase ender. That's true. It literally is a battle phase ender. At least they thought about it when they were doing that stuff. So smart. I don't know. Tempai Dragon is not a deck that you can't counter. You literally can counter it. Because, for example, you can overwhelm them with so many disruptions. They can't play through 10 plus disruptions on turn 1. Because turn 1 is still the most powerful turn ever. Even with Tempai Dragon being the best going second deck, turn 1 is still broken. I mean, even if you have Sangin Summoning and all those things, it's all like, it's not enough to you have to overwhelm your opponent sometimes. So, yeah. Wait. What's something here? What? Are you serious? You telling me that you scoop because of that? No way. I can't believe that. You telling me you don't want to keep playing the game because I preemptively banished your D-Lotus and negated your Spirit of Yubel. So you decide, okay, I have no other play, so I quit. It reminds me of a Tempai player who Nibiru'd me turn 1 because I didn't know they had Nibiru, but they used Ash first. So I used Crosser on the Ash, but then later on they had Nibiru. Then I set Imperm or something with Thrust. Then the next turn they just scoop. So I don't know. Hence I'm saying you're playing one of the best decks. So you're telling me you still have no place after that? I beg to differ, because how do you not have place after that? I mean, this deck can literally play through quite a few things. You're telling me after an Imperm and a DD Crow on D-Lotus, there's nothing else in your hand that you can use? I don't agree with that. But then again, some players are weird. I tell you that. It's very rare that you get to go first like multiple times. I'm gone first every single time. Except for that one duel I went second. Okay. Speaking of cross out and okay. So this is a hand I know definitely I can play through quite a bit. So I'm not too worried about this at all. Got a maxi, drop it. It's fine. Got literally full combo right here. Some players are also called away from real world needing their help, but yeah, it was rage quit timing. Nah. But I'm sure he was like, okay, I have a spreadsheet. Okay, everything got negated. Why am I still here? I must go, you know? But it's fine. Combos are combos. Spreadsheets are spreadsheets for a reason. They are there to guide you. It's not like a definitive thing that's always going to happen. So you have to adapt as you go. Hence, that's why there's basic combos and there's advanced combos. That's why we have them. $60 cards. Playing 60 cards. What could he be playing? Well, we can find out. Actually, let me do this. Let's go unaffected Argonaut. Because we can. We literally can. Exactly what I'm saying, card limits. Spreadsheets are only there to a point. Like, you see, most of the time you watch me, I literally improvise as I go. I guess I have a spreadsheet, I have a combo in my head, but then I say, oh, but actually I could do it this way. Then I adapt, and then that's it. Based on the game state. So you see why the game state's important, because you will learn to pick up, oh, actually my opponent doesn't have this, so I can actually do that to play around this. So it's literally just on the fly, like you have to adapt like that. What am I doing? Yeah. And that's the beauty of when you know your deck very well, you start to be creative. Oh, fair enough, card limits, definitely. We're not saying that combo spreadsheets are the end all and be all. No, you have to adapt, because hand traps are the only thing that changes you from going from here to another combo. Oh. Okay, I'm definitely picking up Basilima, so I can discard it and put it in the graveyard. Definitely doing that. And we good. So you can see, all we had was Spring Girl. Well, not Spring Girl. We had Seahorse and Field Spell. And you still have full combo. Still. And you still got follow up because you're going to add back Blue Tang. Yep. If I get shifted, I can chain Numeron Wall or Numeron Calling from my hand, or hold Wall to stop the OTK. So unfortunately for me, I don't have anything against Shifter. For Marincess specifically, I have Kashtira Ogre, I have Gamia Adrian. That's the only cards that I can work under Shifter, but the rest can't do anything. Can't do anything. Is why I don't invest in Horus. It's the same thing. I also kind of mentally just said no. Horus is fine, but in a format where now Tempai is using Shifter and all that, I rather not play it, because yeah, it's just not going to be worth it in the long run. That is. Damn! Look at the options I have. I have Book of Eclipse. I have Called By. Don't have space. So what's more important? I think Called By is better. Because Wave is obviously in my hand, but now do I set Book of Eclipse or do I set Core Buy? I think Core Buy in the long run will be better. Book of Eclipse, that's fine. Let's set Core Buy. Because we in any case have a Spell Trap Negate in Argonaut, and we have Monster Negate in Wave, so we have 3 interruptions. Infernoid. Oh, okay. What is this doing? Reveal 1 Infernoid card, discard your entire hand. Okay. Classic. Droplet on an unaffected monster. Classic. I'm not gonna even negate that. By all means, mate, you can have it. You will see nothing's gonna happen. You're like, oh, what's going on? What's happening to my hand? Oh, wait, transaction rollback. Transaction rollback. Wow. Okay. Anyway. What does this do? Target a spell trap on the field, destroy it. Okay, it's fine. He's targeting the Core by the Grave, which means his hand is not that great. But you know what? I'm not going to take chances. I am not taking chances. Oh, Book of Eclipse. Yeah, unfortunately, I'm going to negate that, sir. Thank you very much. Like, he's literally using this, like, the Book of Eclipse is literally is like using the format, basically. It's like being used. Yep. You are negated, thank you. You can steal my monster, that's fine. Draw 2, fine. Okay. Let's see what you can do. Nothing. What did I say? Exactly nothing. I'm saying I was fearing because 60 card deck, but you know, it's 60 card deck, it could be anything. He's making sure that Infernoid destroy. Wrong priority. And what did I say? If you deck building and you're learning combos, instead of memorizing a spreadsheet, you should understand what the priorities are. Once you understand the priority, anything else is a bonus. So like, what was my priority? Have Coral Triangle in the graveyard plus Wave. Anything additional to that is a bonus. So that's my priority list when I play Marincess. Okay, can I make on Link 3 with Wave? Link 3 is Coral Triangle plus Wave. If I can't, can I make Bubble Reef with Wave? If I can make Argonaut unaffected, then I'll do that. If not, then... Ooh. Okay. Let me show you guys this cool combo. Normal summon barrier statue. Use Ron Adrian, discard Marincess monster. He maxes is fine. You must play through Imperm or whatever, so it's okay. I focus on your field spell to remove crystal artifacts. True. That's very true. Obviously, for the opponent, they have to deal with that. But some people don't even know that that's a priority. And that's why I see most of the time I change it. I focus on Link 4 with Wave. It's not every time I can make Argonaut unaffected because I don't have enough material. So, yeah. It's not always a guarantee. I make link 2. Like this. Imperm. Oh, that's a mistake though. Does succeed in making the link climb tougher. Yeah, true. Remember, the choke points are still the choke points. Like this, you see, this is a choke point, but now it relies on now. Do you have something else to do other than that? Like you see, like now, I can stop this and go into link 3, add back seahorse, still make the same play I was going to do earlier, but I'm like, okay, no, it's fine. Let's see what you have. They will make assessment from there. So I can set and carry. I can stop here and be fine with it. Or I can be greedy, throw in more resources, and then it's not going to yield anything. So for me, I prioritize, yes, follow up, but also managing resources. Don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. And that's why I'm normally against the doing the field spell play every single time, because it's not a guarantee that it's going to work out. Super Poly. Super Poly. Okay. Nice board breaker. They can only make Moon Dragon. That's perfect. Okay. Let me get my monster back for follow-up. At least it's something, right? It's better than nothing. Now you could say, oh, I could have played around Super Poly, but again, you don't know what your matchup is. So you're preparing for something you don't know what you're going to be going against. So it's like, let's see what they play. Battle phase. They literally had nothing. Okay. So that was their best play, Super Poly. And now I got Spring going now. I mean, this is literally like very straightforward. He's changing his attributes to dog. Why though? Why is he doing that? Okay. Okay, let me see what this guy's up to. A Velo or something? Bestial. What? That's crazy though. Okay. What is that? Oh, my other phone is going off. Just hold on, guys. Alright. At least we're ranking up. So I was on the call now. I was playing while I was on the call, but yeah, interesting matchup. Very interesting decisions they made, but nonetheless, we got the job done. Okay, we Platinum 2 now, so we're almost in Platinum 1, which means we're almost nearing Diamond, which is good. Let's keep it going. Jeez, going first all the time. Nice. Oh, a change though. Before, every time going second, going second, going second. Oh, come on, game. Really? Really though? I choose first and you give me this type of hand? That's quite bad. Oh, let's see what happens. There's literally gambling right here. Let me just activate this. The black goat loves. Okay. The black goat loves. Yeah, we're gonna stop that. The black goat laughs. Interesting. Trophy Karma, Destrudo, oh, Aldo, oh, these guys just have like always some gas every single time. No. No, 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 not today. They're using Caldo now, that's funny. What? But why though? Ooh. That's crime. Ooh. Yeah. God Labs. What? What are you declaring? You don't even know what I'm playing. Come on, dude. Really? What are you declaring? You don't even know what I'm playing. How do you just shotgun the black gold lobster? That's interesting. It doesn't make sense, to me at all. Why are you doing that? Like, what is he calling? Because Tempai Dragon Chandra. Like, what? Can you see? Ugh, I don't understand. What is the point of calling Tempai Dragon Chandra? Clearly. What? It's only because this guy has got Tillerman monsters. That's the only reason why he's in this matchup. Otherwise, he's not the smartest guy I've seen. So he thinks I'm playing Tempai Dragon. But I'm not. Okay. The Gaurus. It's so weird. That is like one of the most interesting calls you would make. That, okay, I'm just gonna shotgun Tempai, but how do you know I'm playing Tempai? How do you know? That is the question. How do you know? Because it's different to D-Barrier where you shotgun the type, but that's different. But this one is literally just blind calling it. I'm like, nah. Where was the indication I'm playing Tempai? I don't know. Because you only saw hand traps only and board breakers? Kind of. I mean, definitely you're gonna see. Oh wait, it's actually just playing Marincess. Oh, okay. Like, why would you call that? I would have just allowed it because there's no risk of him losing Black Gold Lofts anyway. There's no risk, so I would have just left it there. Like you see now, I could have just kept my DD Crow for his next turn, but now I shotgunned it. So now why is he shotgunning that thing? I don't understand. Even he should have gained. Okay, now he lost it. Yo, I only lost because I don't have any monsters. That's the only reason why. If I had a monster, I would have at least done something that previous turn, but okay. Nine cards in deck. Oh, it's interesting. Just get 5k damage. You're struggling to do that even. You did all of that just 2 level 4s. You could have just done it earlier. Okay. Interesting. Very questionable opponent, but okay. We're not going to say anything about that. Hmm. Okay, super heavy. Okay. Dang. Okay. All right. Are you gonna pendulum Shokan or not? This guy's bro. You are negated. What are you doing? Yes, you can still send a card for cost, but I mean, what's that gonna do? Do you have? Oh, you're playing Sword Soul super heavy. Okay, I see now the logic. Ooh, makes sense, eh? Oh, it makes a lot of sense now. Yeah. Okay, we need to stop this because he's got Sword Soul Emergence, but now he doesn't know what I'm playing though. I mean, he can search Protoss, but Protoss won't do anything. Okay. I mean, he can search Protoss. He can search Protoss. He has Emergence. He can search Protoss and then call Dark. But again, it's blind. You don't know what the opponent's on. SP Little Knight. SP Little Knight. What? So now you can't call Protoss now because he doesn't control a Synchro monster anymore. What? Okay. Oh, okay. There's literally nothing. There's literally Sword Soul Emergence. That's the only thing. Little Knight's the only disruption, though. So the question is, let's see what he does. I mean, he can banish this, but I will still have plays, though. No. What the? If he allows me to summon Spring Girl, it's literally over. This guy is not serious, bro. He can't be serious. You can't be that serious. I'm trying to understand what was his main play, honestly. He You can't sync. This card can't synchro with anything. And I have D barrier to call synchro next turn, then he's completely locked out of synchros anyway. What? Okay. I mean, I understand he's got follow-up with the emergence, but that's not going to save him, though. If I pull D-Barrier Synchro, his turn is pretty much done. Okay. Yeah, actually, no, this is fine, actually. Did I use... Did I really link someone this already? Yeah, I did. Okay, so it's fine. I'll just this is fine. His turn is completely shut down anyway. As long as I have wave and next turn I have the same play, then it's fine. Yeah, this is fine. Literally fine. But at least I can negate the what's the other sword so now? The one I banished? The Tai. Yeah, just use like emergence and stuff. Let me just do that. And if he has Protos, I can just negate with wave. Because if I allow it, then he will, of course, have 2 turns. Yep, with Tai, of course. I knew he was going to do that. Set 1. Set 1. Is this guy good or what? Set 1. Bro, what? Set 1. You gotta be joking, right? Oh, this goes Ugga too. Well, what? Okay, that's very interesting. I thought he would have gone synchro play. He didn't see. He doesn't know I have D barrier. How does he know I have D barrier? That's an interesting, very interesting thought, though. All right, interesting. Again, very interesting players. Layla. Do I care about that? Not really. Actually, I don't. If you're playing like this, I'm not even bothered actually, because I don't know what your end game is, but yeah, not so great. Yeah, I think this is the play. This is the play. Obviously, don't ghost ogre yourself now, but yeah. I mean, I can crash into this and then what? Then that's it. Like, I'm trying to understand, why did he set one and pass? Like, I knew what card he was adding. He could have done some plays, or he thought, no, there's no other play. He could have crashed into my monster. I don't know. I mean, the deck he's playing is a very competent deck. It's not like a difficult deck to learn. I mean, Sword Soul, I'm not gonna lie, is one of the most simple decks to learn. Like, if you understand basic Yu-Gi-Oh, I would recommend Sword Soul. It's like very straightforward. That one is so linear, you can't mess up the combo. You literally can't mess it up. I mean, if you're messing up Sword Soul, then you know there's something wrong. Like, what? Let me just double check here. I mean, the Mad Lad's playing full package. Look at this. He's playing some Yang Zing, super heavy. Oh, summon limit. Wow, how toxic are you? And a bit of Centurion as well. So, like, wow. He literally could have searched. You see, the thing is, he traded in Protos for SP. But then again, I understand why he won't go into Protos, because again, you're shotgunning Dark, but I'm not playing Dark. That's fine. But even the SP, he didn't even bother to try and, like, you know, disrupt something. He just allowed it. I'm like, okay. Okay. Interesting. And then we can do one more match, and then we'll call it a day. We'll call it a day and see. Ooh. Okay. Okay, it's not the most ideal hand, but we can have things to play around. 40 card deck looks like. Yeah. Of course, we're gonna try and go full combo as far as possible. And we got D barrier in any case, so we don't have to like worry about conjuring something random. The question is, are they on Madolche or they just like the field? We'll find out. Because even now, I haven't seen Melodious yet. In masterduel, that is. I've faced it before, but I haven't faced it here. Oh, Blue Tang, of course. What are we sending? Yeah, I think Spring Girl, yeah? Yeah, Spring Girl's just better. For longevity. We'll go unaffected route again, I think, if we don't get disrupted, because this is now the target to get disrupted. Let's see. Dark Ruler, Talons, Cyclone. Nibiru. No. No Nibiru yet. They could be, but we'll see. Nope, but nothing's lining up, so okay. I'm gonna set up as I would normally set up. That. Add this. Link summon that. And this combo gets way better when we get Aqua Angel. Way, way better. Like, you can play through quite a few things, actually. Discard this. See, I always get worried when there's nothing lighting up or anything like that, because there's always something that could happen. And it might be some Raigeki waiting or whatever. That's why I see if I have this route, I have the opportunity to do it. You go for that. So like I said, the priority was have Link 3 in Wave. Okay, I can do that. Try and go unaffected. If not, fall back to the next big thing is Link 4 with Wave. So at least we've achieved that. Oh. Kaiju. Yeah. Oh. Almost messed up there. Argonauts. Okay, so we have 3 interruptions. If I'm including Call by the Grave. And if I include also D-Barrier, that's also in a way also a disruption. Then yeah, it's quite a bit. Now you see I have a problem. Same thing. You have disruptions, but now what's the priority? D-Barrier or Call by? I think let's just go D-Barrier. And then we'll take it from there. I can also call by, but I don't see any need. I'd rather keep it for something else. Hence I'm saying it's 3 interruptions regardless. And I can also throw in the Maxi also in there. But I wouldn't really count it as a disruption, but it's there. If they want to negate this, let them negate it. No, no. Okay. Medolce. Okay, it's Medolce. Alright, so this is straightforward, right? We just call Xyz and it's GG, right? I mean, that's literally what they do. So we just call Xyz. Makes sense. Let's call Xyz right now. Then they don't. What else are they doing? They're doing the Link monster, but that's not doing anything. So you can summon stuff, but I mean, what are you doing? Okay. I mean, obviously you're drawing also Maxi as well, so. Yep. Yeah. 2 rank 4s ain't doing nothing. So summon the monster but cannot be destroyed by battle. Very important. You see there, it's written there. If you summon a Medolce monster, that monster is indestructible by battle. So that's important. The good cake. I think we can negate that. Okay, Vernisov, Medolce, alright, fine. No problem. Adding a fairy and summoning an earth monster. Getting more cards, so. Ooh. What is this? Link 3. Anime Dolce card. Okay. Okay. It's also setting up a reasonable board. Not too bad. Let's see what they can do. And this card has done what? Okay. And that's it. Bro. That's funny though. Okay. That's very funny. Okay. So, yes, the D barrier was the one that actually did a lot for Madolce specifically because it is a XC strategy. So yes, they do have links, but it's actually an XC strategy. So that's why you see, in a way, we have something going because you see the meta right now is fusion, synchro, a little bit of XCs, pendulum, link. Yes, link is general, but because that card is so old, they only took into account pendulum monsters, not necessarily link monsters. So that's actually a good thing. So you can use it to your advantage. If you're a link-based deck, you should be just running D-Barrier in general. Not bad. Not bad at all. So I think that's what 8 games. I think we went 6-2. Not bad though. Not bad at all. Not bad. Like I said, I'm pretty happy with the deck. Obviously, it does its job, but of course, this deck will only get better over time. It will literally get better over time. And I think what I'll do, I'll see if I can stream later today. I'll actually show you guys what I've been cooking in the TCG and the OCG specifically, because with all these new cards coming out, and obviously we're expecting in the TCG very soon, you know, early next year, you know, with Supreme Darkness and all the other stuff. It's good to have a foresight of what the future of the deck looks like, because it's not the same deck you're seeing now. It's completely different. And we're going back to 60 cards once again. That's how crazy it is, because now we have more toolboxes at our disposal. And since Radio the Abyss came out, it literally changed the whole spectrum of how you see water decks in general. Not just for Marincess, not just for, you know, Mermail specifically, but all the water decks are going to benefit from it. Whether you're a fusion-based deck, synchro-based deck, Xyz deck, and Link. That the Mermail cards add a whole new layer to, you know, going first and even going second. So it's actually quite a good thing. And also it actually plays well into Nibiru as well, because even though we don't have totally awesome, there are cards which can literally fix that out. So I'll give you an example. So there is Deep Sea Minstrel, which you can search, right? You can literally search it. It's a sea serpent. Discard a water, and you can look at the opponent's hand, check, snap the Nibiru, snap the Ash. There's also another card, which is Deep Sea. Let me show you if it's here. This card, Deep Sea Artisan. You might think, what does this card do? Well, if it's added from the graveyard or deck to your hand by effect of a water monster, you can reveal this card, look at your opponent's hand completely. The difference is you're looking at your opponent's hand, but it's not Triple Tactics Talent where you snipe it. You just look at it and you say, okay, they have something, you can play around it. And again, it's a sea serpent, so you can look at it. So all that can be done before Nibiru Summon number 5. So that's all, and from that play, it goes directly into your Marincess line. So even if that gets disrupted, all the hand traps are disrupted there, It doesn't take up your normal summon. So that's something of like a preview. So yeah, hopefully I'll get a chance to show you guys, because I think it is quite important, and especially with Aqua Angel in the mix as well. The combo lines are way different, and normally I normally would say, okay, you go this route and whatever, but now you just freelance. But whatever your hand is, you go with it. You make the best board possible, and the best board possible is no longer, like, for example, you say Argonaut's your priority. It is if there's only Marincess monsters you see. If there's other stuff that you see, you can do it. So even a card like Neptibus, this card here, it's literally a 1-card combo also now. Not just for Atlantean play, but also for Marincess plays as well, because the lines you have, because of the new cards, opens up so much opportunity. And of course, you can't talk about Neptibus without talking about the most broken water card in years, Dragoons. Right? Now once per turn, send to the grave to activate a water monster's effect, either by detaching or sending to graveyard for cost, anything like that, it triggers. Search a sea serpent. You can search Mullen Glacier. Let me see, Glacier. If you want to do the hand loop combo, you can do that as well. But I normally do it in Sharks, not necessarily in Marincess, because the deck space is a bit tight. But you can do this. So it plays very well in the Nixies deck. It plays around your battle phase, because the other card lets you discard a card, makes your monsters level 7, so you can go into level 7 Nixies. So you don't have to have the lingering effect of you lose your battle phase of the next turn. You don't have that if you do that play. So it's actually quite nice. And all these Mermaid cards become relevant. So all of these, especially the Abyss, very, very good card to play in the combo. Same thing with the Abyss Pike as well. Just to give you like a foresight, because that is really something that I'm going to show you guys later to see, okay, like what combos you can do now, you know, with that new water support. And it just got further support in Supreme Darkness as well, with the new Atlantean level 7, which I think is super good for going second, because it does so much. Already the Xyz monster does so much, but then that specifically does a lot. So I'll show you guys later on what that combo is. And even this guy also makes a comeback also. So actually what I'll do, I'll show you all the decks that I'm working with. Like I said, I've been in the TCG myself since Red the Abyss came out. I've actually been playing Mermaid Atlantean Sharks. I haven't really touched Marincess as much in the TCG. I've just been playing it mainly on online simulators. But when I go to my locals and stuff, and when I play with my mates or whatever, like I just play Mermaid Atlantean Sharks, and they're like, bro, what are these combos? Like, this is crazy. Anti-Nibiru, everything. So we play OCG format, TCG format, whatever. It's just fun. So I'm really enjoying that that at the moment, because obviously now I'm waiting for the new support to come for Marincess specifically. Then I can play it again in the TCG. But for now, I'm just enjoying playing Mermaid Atlantean Sharks. It's like, it's ridiculous. The fact that you can still, you know, utilize some of those cards in your Xyz plays, and you can actually set up the link plays before you do Xyz plays as well to make yourselves untargetable. It's just crazy. So it's really all about the ceiling. So yeah, I'll definitely show you guys what I'm cooking there for that. And again, it's a foresight for what happens in the future. Who knows? Maybe next month the stuff might come now. If not, definitely January. We'll see. Only time will tell. But until then, you guys have seen the deck list. There it is. It's a really nice deck list. And yeah, there's no complaints about it at all. Some very interesting matchups today. But again, I didn't see Melodious. I didn't see Silent Sarcophagus. But definitely once we get to the Diamond tier, you'll start seeing all the meta-relevant decks. If you did see some Yubel, we did see some other decks, but nothing too crazy. We didn't see Tempire Dragon at all. Has Tempire Dragon fallen off? Not really. Tempire Dragon is still there. But the problem is, in Master Duel, you'll find the meta adapts very quickly. Hence my title, the meta's evolved, because now you see, now we're moving from Tenpai meta to now just a meta which now we know exactly how to deal with Tenpai. Because so many decks can counter Tenpai Dragon. It's not just about, okay, they can go second and OTK you. They can literally, if you overwhelm them with disruptions, they can't play through big boards. Or even worse, they can just lock you out completely, either through a Arch Nemesis Protoss or a Chatos, or if you call Dark, if you call Fire Protoss, or if you call Dragon, they can't do anything. Or if you call what else would you call? You call Synchron D barrier. Draw doesn't really work. You can also Book of Eclipse them in the battle phase. You can do so many things to counter them. Heavy Thunder of Ruler, Threatening Roar. There's so many targets there's so many ways to counter Tenpai Dragon. It's gone to a point now where you just like, okay, look, they've accepted that no. Board breakers sometimes is if they don't have the specific ones, they can't do anything. So it's still a good deck, don't get me wrong, but I think the meta is just fallen into place now, as they call it. So yeah, let me know what you guys think about it about that. But I think the meta is kind of okay, not tier 0 or anything, but I think once Fiendsmith comes out, that might be the next tier 0 deck, especially for Snake Eye players, because right now Snake Eye is kind of falling off the ladder, like in terms of power level, because obviously Yubel and Tenpai at least have something going for it, but Snake Eye at the moment is a bit kind of in between. But once Fiendsmith comes out, you will definitely see the market increase for those decks. But yeah, we'll see also what the impact is for us if we get something nice. If not, we'll take it as is. But yeah, it's Diamond signing out, and I appreciate everyone for being here on the streams, YouTube and Twitch. Make sure to like, to follow, subscribe, do all that good stuff, and make sure to not miss any future content from me. I know the streams have been a bit fewer than usual, but I will try my best to engage as much as possible, because I am prepping for a trip which is going to be making me be away from streaming specifically. But I'll let you guys know about that when we get to that stage. But within the next 2 weeks also, I think we'll be fine. But the last 2 weeks of the month will be a bit hectic for me to stream. Hence now I think I have to at least give you guys some content at least before then. Even when I'm not around to stream, at least you'll see some video there and there, or some shorts there and there. So I have that content along the way. So yeah, stay tuned for that. Otherwise, have a good day, have a good night. And yeah, normally it's a early stream we normally have, but this was quite a late one. And again, apologies for the delay in the stream, because I have to make sure that this connection is stable, specifically on YouTube side, not Twitch side. Twitch is actually fine, but YouTube specifically, and we should be good to go. But yeah, otherwise, thanks everyone for being here, and I'll see you guys in the next one. So peace.